Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say, where's Dashi? Dashi, again, is currently protecting the castle. So we'll start off with Earth 2 before we get into the crypto, but again, this does happen to coincide with crypto as well because their white paper was released yesterday, all about the Earth 2, version 1, the ecosim, the essence token, the launch. So I'll break it all down right here. We'll really just go over the Earth 2 essence launch. That's going to be over in, they said either April or May. I'm going to guess May just to give them a little bit of a buffer. But originally we said that there was going to be about 5 billion tokens that would forever be in circulating supply. Then they had mentioned last year that it would be between 3 and 4 billion, give or take. So I was like, okay, well, 4 billion, trying to do some math. But now it's only going to be 1 billion tokens. There's about 300 million in the circulating supply right now, only about 200-ish of which are in that player's hands, the rest of which is in the team's hands. After a bunch of the stuff is mined, only a fraction of it, I think like 25%, goes to the team. So as we do more mining, as people buy more land, as I get more mentors, put jewels on that, then the team will get more. They have more in the war chest. They'll be able to go on and get on other exchanges. Like they'll get a exchange. They'll get Uniswap first. Uniswap will be over in, like I said, late April or May. Again, hopefully May. So drop all your links to the fire memes down below for Justin Timberlake. It's going to be May. A lot's going to happen. So this is why I was never really worried that Veve and OMI with delaying their OMI token on certain exchanges. Why? Because Earth 2, we were supposed to get this a few years ago, but in that midst of a bear market after Russia invaded Ukraine, Earth 2 decided, hey, we're just going to wait to launch this up until we're going to be in the next bull. We're kind of in the next bull right now. They are going to wait, I guess, a little bit after the halving in order to launch that exchange, in order to launch on Uniswap. And then from there, as more stuff happens, we'll be able to go and get more exchanges. And I was talking with Crypto Aria the other day. We did a whole live stream breaking it down. It's about 2 hours. Go check it out. The price point I thought could reach tens of dollars, but I've since been disabused of that notion. I think we could reach potentially at the height of the bull market, not where we should be, but where we could be able to go because people will FOMO on that metaverse narrative, the digital collectibles narrative, the NFT narrative, the gaming narrative. Earth 2 is going to be a lot with that. You could possibly reach like $100. Aria Realty, when he predicted $89, was probably not too far off. If it launches and it's at like 10 cents, 25 cents, I will put so much more money into that. I only have about 40,000 right now. I would like to get to a couple 100,000 tokens just because I know where this is going to go, but it may not, it might just launch at $1. It might be a couple dollars, in which case, that's fine. I won't get any more at that point, just because I already have 40,000, so that's kind of enough. And with all this talk of crypto, Chavez, what's been happening with OMI? Why is it down so much? Well, you have, if you just look at Bitcoin, or just look at the top 10, there is a sea of red. Bitcoin down over 6%, Ethereum down 8%, BNB down 6.5%, Solana down 9%, XRP down over 4%, Lido Stake down 7.6%, Dogecoin down 11%, which is a bit of an improvement. It was down like 13% yesterday, so 11 now. Cardano 7.3%. So the one that's actually performing the best would be XRP, which is only down 4.3%. And I do mention, obviously, Bumper a lot. I do mention OMI a lot. But yesterday we had a really big issue with Definity. It's getting better now, but they did have a hack. I think about 1 or 2 million. I think about 1 or 2 million tokens was stolen from them. They were, which was around the time 100,000. Then they had dumped, I think, 30,000 or 50,000. They dumped about $50,000 worth of tokens. And as they dumped, the price went down. So it was down about 60% yesterday. But afterwards, that team was on top of it right away. Obviously, it's a less than ideal situation, but they have moved all of the assets and are implementing multi-sig to prevent that from happening again. So what did I do when something was down 60% or 63% at one point? Of course I bought more. Of course I had my friend next to me buy more, and we moved it from, instead of down 60% to down 35% as of today, as of this moment, which if you look over at the last 3 months of the token, it's kind of at that low in which it was. Actually, that low is at like about 2 cents. We are over at about 3.4 cents. So again, slowly but steadily recovering from there. But I know everyone's been asking about OMI. Chavez, why is OMI down? Again, just because the rest of the market is down as well. OMI in line with that, down 7.2% at 0007118. Cannot wait to buy more. It'll take me a little bit, but I will be able to buy more. Again, the goal for me is 200 million OMI. I only have about 184 right now, so it shouldn't be too hard to get. Hopefully it stays down here. I would love it to go lower. If it does, great, I'll buy even more. If not, no big deal. I have no issue buying at these prices. I really have no issue buying at like 0.001 or below, like 1/10 of a penny or below, in my opinion, is just a steal. But again, that's for me, not financial advice. We do have a couple of people go out and posting, DMing me, going and saying like, hey, Chavez, I don't think we're going to run this cycle. I think that the train has left the station. NFTs are an old crypto narrative. They've been replaced by meme coins. And it's like, okay, well, I understand that meme coins are pumping right now just because that is the narrative. But again, in my opinion, there will be a giant flight to quality at some point, and not just NFTs like you have the JPEGs over on, OpenSea, but I mean quality, high-end 3D digital collectibles. People do want and yearn for that. And Veve won't just be part of the space when the narrative hits. Veve will likely be leading the space because we don't just have, again, the 3D ones. They are the high-end digital collectibles. And as cool as it was to get sports, as cool as it was to get music, and as cool as it was to be handed the keys from Marvel, I guarantee you there is a lot more coming. Again, we did just have OMI Staking Rewards Season 2 just launched. They haven't mentioned what the airdrops are going to be for having 10 million OMI tokens. Or X amount of OMI tokens. Like, obviously, we know that we automatically qualify for the bronze tickets, and we get MCP points every day for having it. I think you get about 640 MCP points per day if you have 10 million tokens. But the airdrops that we're going to get, they haven't told us if the snapshot was taken, and they haven't told us exactly what those 3 collectibles are going to be. But we do know how scarce they're going to be. That last collectible that you get for having 10 million is going to be one of 577. So it is going to be fairly scarce. So shout out to Stacker for doing a weekly and a monthly recap. So on the weekly for the last week, over 7,200 unique users, over 28,000 transactions done, over $670,000 were transacted across all markets, and over 160,000 were transacted from the Veve store. Now the more impressive one is the monthly, where you had over 16,000 users, 185,000 individual transactions, $5.4 million transacted over across all markets, and over 2.8 million from the primary market. That's 2.8 million. That is gross top line revenue for the company. They announced some burns, which did help Hawkeye, Kingpin, and it also helped Kate Bishop. The burns of the Fleur kittens might have made them really scarce, but again, those aren't really popular, despite them being really cool and really cute in the Marvel's movie. People just, I guess they don't care about that. I have the entire set. I love them. Cats are great. But yeah, unfortunately, they did burn the kittens. How dare them. And the price didn't move much. But the price did move, and it's all very positive for the other 3, which is Kingpin, Hawkeye, and Kate Bishop, all first appearances. They also said that, hey guys, we have a new Spider-Man that's coming out. Collect the Spidey suit that introduced your favorite symbiote, that Venom symbiote. Peter Parker didn't realize the suit was a living symbiote. All he knew was it gave him the edge he needed in Battleworld. Oh, Battleworld. What is Battleworld? That has something to do with Secret Wars. Think Marvel is giving us a little bit of a tease here, as in Peter Parker might get the symbiote in Battleworld. Like it does have to do with Doctor Doom. It does have to do with Secret Wars. I cannot wait for that. Dr. Prophet had said, and he quoted need, as in he had a really big need in order to get that. I thought I was going to get it with like 10,000 MCP points. People said they're looking to spend 20, 30, even 40,000 MCP points to bid on that. For me, at that point, I want that Spider-Man. I will try for that Spider-Man, and I will pay for that Spider-Man if I'm selected, but I just don't want to be spending 40 or 50,000 MCP points to get it, so I might just try my luck on the normal drops. All right, I hope they just pick me in general, and we'll see what happens. If you want to get in good with the team, Chris Severs says, hey guys, I will be going in and talking about Go Collect. He'll be writing for them again, and Corey T, or Old Rhubarb, had said, epic. Can't wait to see your articles. Please DM my links when you publish so I can share with the team. So it does seem like the team does kind of look at what we do sometimes. I mentioned bronze tickets, and people were going and they're saying, hey, Chavez, 350 tickets. There's a calculator there. If I redeem all of them, I only get like 1,900 points. Why is that? It's less than half of what you would need in order to bid on something. So you could look at it that way, and yeah, you're correct. If 1,900 points is not even what you need to bid for MCP, but getting 1,900 points in a day almost puts you at the master collector level if you decide to do that. So if you're getting like 500 or 1,000 points a day, however much you're getting, and you use 350 bronze tickets at once, you will be master collector level for at least that day. So if there is a drop where you happen to go and say, hey guys, Veve goes out and posts, you need to be a master collector to go for this drop, that's going to be a really good time to go and use that to be master collector for that day, if they decide to do that. I do think there is more than meets the eye. Transformers reference down below, comment below if you get that. There's likely going to be more for bronze tickets than just that, for crafting, for other types of abilities. But again, until we hear it from the team, that is all just speculation from me. So David and Dan haven't really been around much as far as interviews lately, but this week we are going to get a bunch of them. Obviously, this comes off the heels of that huge Marvel announcement. So David and Dan will be talking on Comic Book Live on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I'll probably be going live a bit beforehand, just leading up to it, but again, put that in your calendars for tonight. So not only do they have that tonight, they also have on Thursday, they are going to be talking with Vincent Cerzolo for the Addiction comic and likely going and saying, hey, here's where Addiction number 2 is going to be released. They're going to be doing that at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 4th. So we will get to see a lot more of David and Dan this week. Veve got us yesterday with an April Fool's joke. They said, introducing the future of collecting with DAI vid, as in like David, but an AI robot version of him, featuring multiple colorways, a collect and sniff sensor, and even multiple hairstyles. Once they put the collect and sniff sensor, I was like, okay, this has got to be a joke. And at the end of the video, they did post like April Fool, so they got us. Shout out to Mr. 41 saying, what will you be driving in the Veveverse? And after he tags all of the whales, he goes and posts that he got the number 41 Diablo Gold Secret Rare. I think that dude has like 130 number 41s. It's insane. People were talking about Gwen Stacy and how she was, okay, $40, is it worth it? Or Planet Vampire had purchased 5 first appearance minis last week because he says, well, Gwen Stacy is not a first appearance, the one that we just got, the Ghost Spider, the animated one. It says, but mini is, and she's only double the price. And first appearance mini, I love Gwen Stacy. I have both of her. I have the Marvel Mighty Gwen Stacy, and I have the new one that just released. I do not have a mini yet, but again, it's just because I happen to have more of an attachment towards Gwen Stacy than Minnie Mouse. But for most people in the world, I would say they'd have more of an attachment to Minnie Mouse. So that is probably the better bet. And I thought Planet Vampire just had 5 of them, but he actually has 22 minis, and he will be going to 25 over on Wednesday, which is about 1% of the supply, because I had about 2,200 of her. So there's about the same amount of first appearance minis as there is of the Gwen Stacy. I've been saying that's super undervalued for quite a long time. We did have a new app update, and the app update is just some minor fixes and improvements, but the app update is there. It is for Android. I did have a couple of people say that they didn't have it over on their iPhone on the iOS store, but on the Google Play Store, we do have that app update. Shout out to me for getting level 58. I feel so good. Feels very nice. And I think somebody else got level 50. Yes, it was Aza or Kaki Gaijin, got up to level 50, saying halfway there, as in he fully intends to get to level 100. Speaking of level 100, I'm currently in the house of a big Veve whale that will get level 100 in the next week or so. I can't wait to go post pictures of that, and I think Sanjay says he has something for him. Shout out to this dude, Sean Berg, which happens to have 200 editions of the Ultimate Fallout comic book, The Common. I get 200 editions, absolutely wild. People are stacking just absolute boss level things. And over the past 90 days, Mr. MC1 has kept track of the Veve Gold logo and all the sales. There have been 23 logos sold in the market at about 5K, which is around 115,000 in person-to-person sales. 16 Veve Gold logos were gifted by the founders, so the supply of the entire supply increased by 16 logos, and they still sold for 5K each, which is pretty cool. I think there's only about 34 or 37 of those left, and as soon as that happens, the only way you'll be able to go and get that gold logo after they have been given out is that secondary market. So we have a post from yesterday, from April 1st, where there was really no new drops. There was still 70,000 people that had, or I'm sorry, not 70,000 people, $70,000 in total US that were transacted, which was over 2.6 thousand transactions. The biggest transaction was 4,799. I'm not sure who bought what, but they paid almost $5,000 for it. There was 6 transactions that were over 1,000. And then the mints from the Veve store, like people that bought a blind box, they bought whatever, was 230. And I'm very curious to see what that was, just because we didn't have a drop. There was nothing new that came out yesterday. But one of the things I've been tracking is the Marvel Mighties. As always, I'm like King Marvel Mighty. And that Marvel Mighty is the X-Men, the last one, not the last one that we had, but the first and last X-Men that we had. The next one, the X-Men villains, are going to come out at some point this month in April. But I do track it, and as of like about a week ago, yeah, sorry, comment down below if you get that reference. About a week ago, we had, over like $4,500 worth of blind boxes still to go. Now that supply has been dwindling, and there's less than $2,500 worth of blind boxes left to go. I look at it every day. A few more are bought each day, a couple $100 worth. So I think that before the end of this month, this will actually sell out, and then these prices will start to rise a little bit. Anyway, that should be it for me. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say, we miss you, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow.